we have the winner for Dora 225, and who is gonna represent Croatia, and that's Marko Bošnjak with Poison Cake. And it was actually for me very unpredictable. I watched the whole show right now. That's why I also didn't change. I'm just with my home clothes. And it was very, for me, it was very unpredictable because it was between 4 or 5 songs. I actually didn't know who will win at the end. I had a Serbian friend on Instagram that we were texting, and he was telling me like that he's rooting for nipple people, he's rooting for magazine, he liked also Marko Bošnjak kind of, he liked Monopol, and all of those were actually for me also contenders for the win, and also that actually it was between 7 songs at the end of the day. It was not so clear like last year that we had like Baby Lasagna and we all knew that Baby Lasagna will be the winner. This time it was a bit like unpredictable, and I like it when it's unpredictable. What I remember now from the voting is that Marko Bošnjak finished fourth in the televote, first in the jury, and that made him win. First were those guys, the band Game, how they're called. They were first in the televote. Second was Lalek in the televote. Third was Magazine, and fourth was Marko Bošnjak. I like how cute he looked when he won. The moment that he knew that he's probably winning, he was like just speechless. He didn't say anything because he was like just like, okay, this is it. I really probably win. And this is cute. This is very nice to see a new artist, as someone who is like probably fan of Eurovision and he wants to represent his country, actually making it. And Marko Bošnjak, he really made it right now. And we saw that he took a lot of 12 points from the juries, and he took 40 something, I think, from the televote, and that made him the winner for Eurovision. But it was exciting story of how the votes went. But I don't have something negative to say because it's like how Croatia voted, and this is how Croatia voted, and how the juries also of Croatia international juries voted. And I can already start the video. And we have him here, Poison Cake. But he's also like a cute cake because he's a cutie. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Marko, people were screaming. To La Lake, they were screaming a lot when they finished. To Marko, to Magazine. The people were very loud. Do we have subtitles? Okay, yeah, I do. Nice. It's an interesting entry. It's a very interesting song. It's a very strong performance. Bench. He wants to do a revenge. To revenge. That's my favorite part. That I really like. Spice, messy, tasty, yum yum, tasty. I like how this is like you know how thrillers are. The thrillers are those kind of thrillers that it's like no, those thrillers that don't exist. But it's like a thriller cutie performance. But he's actually a cutie, but he can also be mean. I mean, he can take the character, both characters he can do very well. The cutie of the making cake, and also the dark cutie after that thing happening right now. My poison cake. Poison cake. People are screaming. I can even hear the people house they scream right now. I don't have to say a lot about vocals because vocals in the final, they were good, they were not bad. He did well with the vocals throughout the whole performance. I actually like also the story of the performance, how they staged it. I like that it's dark, but it's also sweet candy at parts. So it's like constantly changing, it's constantly something happening, he's constantly doing something with the dancers. This part is my favorite. I really like this part. Last cake. Doing the character of this thing, of this snaky thing, really, really good. Something that I know you like. I love chocolate. Tasty, yum yum, tasty. The question is like, would you take a bite of his poison cake? No, because we don't want to be poisoned. But the thing is that I like the whole performance. I think it is stronger for me personally watching the semi-final, watching also the final now. His performance was elevated vocally more from the semi-final. Than cake. And here the ending, very clever made, because the ending is huge. And here, really good. He screams, and you know what? The screams are like, okay, someone will say they are not perfectly, but actually they fit to the performance because the song is the way the song is. Somehow I kind of liked to listen to this kind of vocals because they are not also bad. They are very, very real. He puts like a lot of pain in it. He's a good artist. He deserves this. For me, he fully deserves to represent Croatia. And Croatia did a good final because how they would not do a good final? I mean, they won the televote last year in Eurovision, so a lot of eyes have been on Croatia this year, so that we can see that is Croatia gonna be this year also like very high into 25 or not? You can tell me in the comments what you think of Marko Bošnjak and Poison Cake. Is Croatia gonna be very high or not in Eurovision 225? Do you think Marko Bošnjak and his Poison Cake will be liked from the casual viewers? Because we are talking between us, we are all Eurovision fans, but what do we think of the casual viewers? Will they like this type of song, this type of performance? Because casual viewers are more important than us. We are only 20%, 80% is the casual viewers that vote actually. So let's see, because it's like I am not unhappy. I'm happy with that song winning, and he's like super cute, and he's the way he is. He could be liked a lot as a person because you can have sometimes also those kind of artists that they can be liked just for who they are, and Marko Bošnjak is also one of them.